Buddha user or planning to become one, or even if you just want to get better at leveling up, then this is the right guide for you. Throughout this video, I will be revealing tons of juicy tips and tricks to help you become an even better Buddha user. At the end, I will also be teaching you guys how to do a very helpful glitch that everybody should know, so make sure to watch this video all the way. And without further ado, let's begin. Choosing the right race is one of the most important aspects for both grinding and PvP. I highly recommend using either Shark, Cyborg or Gowl. When activated, Shark and Cyborg's ability increases your defense to close to 100%, making you practically invincible, which can be extremely overpowered for tanking damage in boss fights and PvP. Gowl is also a great option for Buddha users because of its life leech, and if you pair it with the Gowl mask, you can basically solo any raid because of how quickly you gain back health by just using your M1. If you want a detailed guide on how to unlock the Cyborg and Gowl race, I have made 2 separate videos on both of these races, which I will leave a link to in the description, so be sure to check those out after this video if you're interested. When choosing a race 4, I wouldn't recommend going for something like Rabbit, Mink, as the speed buff got nerfed for when you have the transformation activated, making you a lot slower compared to the untransformed version. If you have the Awakened Buddha transformation, you can actually aim your camera down while you're transformed to see your own hitbox. When you click M1 on your melee or sword, any enemy that is within the big yellow circle will take damage. This is super useful for new Buddha users as it can help you easily see your range of attack when you're grinding, or even when you're fighting other players. Awakening your Buddha is the most important step in becoming the best Buddha user possible. To awaken a fruit, you must be in the second sea, which is why I wouldn't recommend players in the first sea to use Buddha for grinding. To be honest, you only need the first move awakened, which is only 500 fragments. Once you do reach the second sea, doing raids and awakening your fruit should be your top priority. To start a raid, you first need to be at least level 1100. Next, head over to the cold side of Hot and Cold and make your way over to the raid lobby inside this tower. To open the secret door, you must enter the correct combination of colors into the computer. The sequence is red, blue, green, blue. After this, head inside the raid room and climb up the ladder to the top where you'll find Mysterious Scientist NPC. Talk to him, select the Buddha raid, and he will offer you a special microchip for either 100,000 belly or any physical fruit. There are advanced raids which require more materials to purchase, but I won't go into too much detail on that since this is specifically a Buddha user guide. Purchasing a microchip with belly has a 2-hour cooldown, but using a physical fruit does not. Next, have all the players doing the raid stand in one of the blue tubes, and click the green button with a special microchip in your inventory to initiate the raid teleport. Try to take a few experienced players with you to help since the Buddha raid is one of the most difficult ones in the game. If you wish to do raids in the third sea, you can find the raid room on the castle on the sea, which works in a similar way to the one in the second sea. Just note that you need to finish the raid before the timer runs out. Once you successfully finish the raid, you will either be teleported back to the main world, or, if you have the fruit that matches the raid, in our case, Buddha, then you will be teleported to the Ascension room where you can awaken your moves with fragments. You can do this by talking to the mysterious entity who will awaken the first unawakened move on your fruit in return for some fragments. There's a useful glitch that can be done by starting off in Buddha transformation mode, then UN transforming quickly and switching to your sword or fighting style. If you're having trouble with this, open up the settings menu by hitting escape. Then go over to the Settings tab and scroll down until you see the Performance Stats option. By enabling it, you will be able to see your ping in the top right. If your ping is lower than or close to 100, the glitch won't work if you switch to your weapon too fast, so slow it down and give it a few more tries. If your ping is higher than 100, you will have to switch to your weapon slightly faster, so play around with the speed a little bit until you get the hang of it. And no, the reason you can't do it isn't because it's patched, since this glitch has been in the game for a very long time. Some even say that it is an intentional feature. You will know when the glitch has been done successfully because the sword or fighting style will stay the same size when you UN transform. This glitch is very handy for grinding since you will still have a normal travel speed while having the hitbox of a transformed Buddha, making it useful for running away from NPCs or grinding in small spaces. Whether you want to use your fighting style or your sword, choosing the right weapon is very important if you want to become a great Buddha user. If you're a fairly new player, I would recommend starting out with a fighting style with decent damage and a fast M1 such as Sharkman Karate, Electric Claw, or even Dark Step if you're just a beginner. This is because you want to try and balance the amount of stat points in your health and defense. But if you're a more experienced player and have a decent amount of stat points, I would recommend maxing out your sword stats and going for something like the Cursed Jewel Katana, Shark Anchor, or Dark Blade. Accessories can help a lot with grinding, but that's only if you pick one that suits your build. For example, if you're someone who is using the Gal race, I would suggest you to use the Gal mask because life leech buffs from both of these can stack, and basically give you infinite health when grinding and doing raids. Otherwise, accessories like the swan glasses and the cool shades are very well rounded and can suit basically any build. Thank you if you've made it this far into the video. If you have any questions, please let me know by leaving a comment down below. Other than that, I'll see you next time.